Dear God, please protect this relationship. Let time build us, not break us. Let the love we have for each other be stronger than anything that tries to tear us apart. We may not be perfect, but keep us perfect for each other. Amen.
What's up, baddies? It's your girl A Money, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so right now, I'm out of breath. I have been so busy today. I've been so busy. So, Jesus, I cannot get it together. Okay, so today is the day of Courtney's baby shower. So right now, we just finished setting up the baby shower, y'all. It's so beautiful. Like, I'm gonna show y'all when I get there, but I'm gonna insert the clip right here. Like, baby shower, y'all, is so beautiful. Like, I'm gonna show y'all when I get there, but I'm gonna insert the clip right here. Like, okay. All right, y'all. So on my last video, y'all said that y'all wanted to my God, I cannot catch my breath. Like, I just ran up the steps. Then I'm like rushing right now to get dressed because we have to be at the, like, baby shower start at 4, y'all. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 3:40. And so of course, Rich Auntie has to be there. So everything is ready, everything is set up. Everybody's just about getting changed and everything. So I put on Instagram a couple days ago about y'all about what y'all wanted for me to talk about in the vlog, and y'all said that y'all wanted, you know, basically girl talk and, you know, relationship advice for the girls. And let me be honest, this is my raw opinion, and a lot of y'all ain't gonna like it. My thing is, before you get into a relationship, keep your options open. Keep your options open, and also until you feel like, you know, that person, until y'all come together and be like, you know, let's be together. Unless you're like me personally, because when me and Pierre first got together, I was not looking for anything. He wasn't looking for anything. You know, we was like, you know, we're just friends, we just cool, okay. So, you know, that's how I kicked it. And normally I'm fully in a relationship. I'm like all in within the first couple of months, and it ended up not working out. So with him, I wanted things to be different. And so, you know, I was like, okay, you know, Angel, don't get your hopes up. You know, just continue to date or talk to other guys. And at that point, I really wasn't even talking to anyone, but I was like, you know, I might as well just you know, don't shut everything out. So I recommend y'all, before you get into a relationship, you know, just keep everything open. Date guys, you know, even if you don't want to go out on a date with them, go. If you're not attracted to them, go. Because everything, sometimes you can really find your person who you're not normally attracted to, which that's how me and Pierre got, you know, got together. I'm not gonna say like he's not my type, but he's not my regular guy that I will go after necessarily. But then, like, a couple, I'm gonna say between the past 3 years, I kind of just been you know, just dating guys who are more my speed. And when I say that, you know, boys who got, you know, boys who have standards, boys who have morals, boys who aren't in the street, boys who want something more than, you know, oh yeah, this is just my girl for right now, or you know, this is just something to fuck on, like stuff like that. Like, I don't like that. I'm serious when I'm in a relationship. I do not date to just give up. You know, I don't date for the simple fact of, oh, we're going to be together for this amount of time, and then boom, we break up, you want to heartbreak again. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather us grow together, make mistakes together. And I don't even say mistakes, I mean as in mistakes as in just y'all, where's my little mirror? Hold on. Okay, I found it. And I mean, like, you know, like mistakes as in you know, like, babe, you know, I didn't like when you did such and such today. Or, babe, you know, I don't like, you know, when you do this. You know, just learning each other, growing together. Like, that's what I'm attracted to now. Because I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect girlfriend. I'm not the perfect girl. So I need a man that's gentle, patient, and kind and nice with me, because I'm not the most experienced girl in a relationship. And I know a lot of girls really aren't. A lot of us, we come from, you know, backgrounds without our fathers. So, you know, we tend to cling to our boyfriends. We're clingy. You know, it's a lot of things that play into a factor, but me personally, I'm not the girl that's just going to, you know, just be with somebody for a little bit. Like, I'm with you long term. Even if we on bad terms, like, I'm still with you. Like, I'm not looking to, oh, you know, we about to just do whatever we want, this and that. Like, that's just not my type of thing. Like, but I also feel like just communication with your partner is something that you need to. So I just say, girls, if you are wanting to be in a relationship, right, like, before you get into a relationship, you know, just make sure that's something that you and that person is willing to work at. I remember when Pierre first told me that I was his girlfriend, he was like, Angel, are you ready to be in a fully committed relationship? And I'm like, huh? Like, what you mean? He was like, are you ready to be in a fully committed relationship? And I'm like, yeah, like, yes. So, and he was like, you my girlfriend. Okay. Like, and I was so okay with that, because let me tell y'all, I was in Miami right before me and Pierre got together. I was in Miami, and I was just thinking, like, I do not want to be in Miami by myself no more. I was in Miami with me, my friend and her boyfriend, and I'm just like, this third wheel shit ain't it. Like, this ain't it. Like, I'm ready to settle down. Like, I'm ready to be in a real relationship. Like, I have never been in a real relationship before where we're taking trips and we planning stuff and meeting families and stuff. And I guess, like, that's why I get so excited with Pierre, to like do things with him, travel and see things and do everything with him. Like, I finally got what I wanted. So you know, just find somebody who wants you just as much as you want them. And that means, like, girls, even in the roughest times, like, even in the roughest times, if you're in a relationship and your partner, right now, if I'm being honest, Pierre wants space. I don't know how to get it to him, because I'm so all in. I'm so like, babe, like, why? Like, I want to be in your skin. I want to be in your skin. And sometimes that's just not the case. Like, sometimes he probably feels like I smothered him or whatever. or whatever the case may be. He just like, babe, you know, I just need a minute right now. Like, and I'm like, okay. But you know, I'm so used to like being up under him, doing stuff with him, talking to him literally all day, like, and that's the type of stuff that I like. That's the type of stuff that, you know, I love. But it's like, and he does too, but he just like, he needs his space because, you know, he just needs his space. And it's hard for me to do that because I'm such an emotional person when it comes to the guys that I date or want to be with. Or I can't even say that, but just like people that I love in general. Like if y'all know me, y'all know I'm a sucker. When it comes to Pierre, I'm definitely like a lover girl. Like, boom, what do you want? What do you need? And I will also say, like, ladies, if your man seems happy, still ask him, like, babe, are you happy? Like, am I doing everything okay? And these are some things that, you know, I'm still learning in my relationship now. Like, you know, babe, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Like, have, like, you know, like, check-ins with your partner, especially if you want to grow with your person. And it's like, I'm trying to better myself to be a better woman, not only for myself, but for my man. And, you know, just get out of my, you know, my unhealthy, toxic ways. And you also have to think about, like, you know, is this the person that I'm willing to change for? Is this the person that I want to go through these things with? Because people can break up and, you know, go wander, find some other things, but, you know, you still gonna have problems in that relationship. Every relationship is not perfect. And you just have to be willing, like, okay, is this the person that I want to sacrifice such and such and such for? Not even sacrifice, because relationships are more about compromising. So that's just what you really have to ask yourself when it comes to those things. Am I ready for compromise with this person, or do I want to keep on doing what I'm doing? I don't want nobody tell me or acting out on such and such and such. And me personally, Pierre is worth that. I can't speak for anyone else's relationship, but I know, like, I have certain, and then also, ladies, like, you know, when you get into a relationship, you have to also continue to learn your partner, continue to date your partner. And when I say that, you know, like, do like little activities or ask random questions, and even the most uncomfortable questions, just ask, because you'll never know if you don't open your mouth. What old folks say, closed mouths don't get fed. So, you know, just keep asking your partner, like, hey, babe, am I doing this right? Like, babe, is it okay if we continue to date each other? And these are things that I'm still, like, learning myself. Like, okay, you know, you got to be uncomfortable, because you have to be comfortable with asking the uncomfortable. And I say that because you just never know. And that's something that I have been, like, branching out of my comfort zone, not only with Pierre, but even with guys that I dated before him. I just had to get used to those uncomfortable conversations. And then also, even though you might be scared of that response might hurt you, but you just got to learn how to take it, process it, and, you know, just move. I'm not going to even say move on. That's the wrong term, because I'm really trying to give y'all, like, good advice and take my own advice right now. So, you know, just listen to your partner and try. Don't be like, oh, I can't do this. Just be like, babe, I'm gonna try, and try your hardest. And I know it's gonna be hard, because let me tell you, giving space to Pierre right now this is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in a relationship, period. Because I want to be up under you. I love you. Like, I want to be around you all the time, Stinky, and I know I can't. Like, that's just, like, unrealistic. Like, sometimes I want him to shrink me down and put me in his pocket and take me to work. And y'all know those little hula girls that would sit on the front of the dashboard, like, put me right there. Put me right there, boo. But sometimes you really just have to, like, you know, let your partner just let them go. If you really love something, let them go. And if it comes back to you, then it's meant for you. And if it don't, it might not be meant for you right now. It might not be, meant to be in a little while, but you have to be okay with letting it go. And it's a struggle. I can't not even be, oh, it's not going to be. It's literally easier said than done. Because let me tell you, he was like, Angel, you can't let me breathe. You can't let me breathe. And I'm like, I'm sorry, boo. Like, I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'm sorry, baby.
Oh, no, you good, boo. So I'm like, so I be like, it's hard. Like, it's really hard to, like, let people go and let them, do their own thing. And I'm not going to say, oh, Angel, are you clean? Like, I am a clingy girlfriend. I am. And so, ladies, if you have certain things, that you like in your partner, don't, because I tend to hear this a lot. The very things that people like about you in a relationship, they tend to hate later down the line about you. So I would just say continue to date your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Have communication, even if it's hard. And I know it's gonna be hard. And some people our age, like a lot of people our age and older people, because I even tell Pierre sometimes, like, babe, you hold stuff in and you don't tell me until, we're going through things. And I'm not even going to sit on here and be like, oh, we have a perfect relationship, because we don't. No one's relationship is perfect, but we try and talk it out. We talk out our problems. That's how we work it out. And you just really have to have, like, that communication. Like, communication goes a long way. Communication is key. I know it sounds like cliche, but it's literally the truth, y'all. Having open communication is literally what solves people's problems, and y'all have to be open to communicating. And sometimes communication, it doesn't need to be, I'm not even gonna say, like, sometimes communication gets, kind of in a way when it's, not in person, because you don't really know what's going on. And you're, like, if you're busy or if you're in a car or if you're at work or whatever, communication kind of gets confusing and not really clarified. So sometimes you just have to sit down and just talk to your partner, like, babe, can we work on such and such and such? And explain why. Excuse me, because if you don't explain to a person, you can really have a hard time talking to them. And some people be like, I don't feel like I need to explain, but you really do. Because if I'd be like, hypothetically, I'd be like, babe, go jump off the bridge. Excuse me? Go jump off the bridge. I said go jump off the bridge. Hey, yo, what are you talking about? Go jump off the bridge. Why? Or let me say a better example. A better example would be, oh no, what's a better example? I don't know. Any example that, like, something that you need to, like, explain why, which is most relationships. You just need to explain it half the time. Like, why are we going through this? Or why is this hard? Or stuff like that. And a lot of people might not understand that. And that's okay. But when you love someone, look, it's going to be clear. Like, it's literally going to be clear. And sometimes I feel like when you love a person, sometimes you can't give that clear answer as well. So sometimes you really just have to, like, put your pride aside and be like, look, we need to talk about this. This might hurt your feelings. This might, be whatever it is. But you have to have that open communication, because at least, like, if it hurt my feelings, I will respect you. Like, at least I can be like, okay, well, you was open and you was honest with me, so I can't even sit here and be like, oh, I'm upset or I got a problem. You really just have to be like, okay, I can respect that. Like, yeah, I might be upset, but the biggest thing, I can respect it because you told me, like, out in the open. So And let me tell you, relationships are, I'm not going to say they're easy, because me and Pierre was like, okay, this relationship, I was like, why haven't I been in a relationship before? Because this shit easy. But sometimes once you start to get to know a person, or, you know, it becomes a little bit harder. When you become more committed, you see them more. It does become a little bit, and I can't even say complicated, but you start to they start to show, like, you know, if they have like commitment issues, or if they have, just certain things going on with them, because it's like, the real them is coming out. Like, life is now hitting. It's kind of like life after college. I mean, not life after college, but life after high school. Like, you thought everything was like peaches and cream, but like now it's like, nah, okay, you need to find a place to live. You need a car. You gotta pay bills. You need your own money. Like, life starts to hit. You thought life was all good. It was all simple, and then you kind of like, take it for granted. Or I'm not even gonna say take it for granted, because you don't know, but you really just sit there and you be like, dang, like, it was good. Like, this was good, and then, things started happening. But I mean, that's in the case with everyone's relationship. Like, it's not perfect, but you make it what you want it to be. If I'm being honest, you make it what you want it to be. Because I know, like, my relationships and the guys that I dated before Pierre, it was stressful. I really didn't want to, be with them, or, they was just, not worth the fight. They wasn't worth none of it. So now that I have a guy in my life that I love and I cherish, regardless of what he has, I love him for him. And if we have problems, I'm willing to work them out, because just like, and it's like your bond, your word is your bond. So when Pierre was like, babe, are you ready to be in a fully committed relationship? I said yes, because I am. Like, I am. I'm here with you. Like, I don't care what is thrown our way. Like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to work this out. So I feel like when you're in a relationship, for the girls that's in a relationship, you have to be willing to work at it. And also talk to people that are in long-term relationships. Talk to people that are married. Even though you and your spouse, and you probably like, why am I talking to somebody that's married? People that are married have dated for a long time. People that are married, or they have dated for a while, and they decided to make this a more official thing. They decided to put that title on them. So you really just have to talk to, and I always say this, if you want to be somewhere in life, hang around them people that you want to be like. Hang around them people, because I promise you'll get far. You want to be successful, you want to be a millionaire, hang around millionaires, listen to millionaires and billionaires. Like, and the same thing goes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this. I think it's this one. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to be in a healthy relationship, talk to people that are in healthy relationships, because you don't need your friend sitting there that's a city girl or a hot girl, and she's like, leave that man, don't do this, don't do that. Like, girl, you don't need that energy if you want your relationship to work. If you want to put yourself in a situation to be like, I'm a woman, I'm gonna be here for my man, I want to be in a long-term relationship, and don't listen to them girls that be like, always keep a nigga in the back pocket. That's not how it works. Because if you found out that your boyfriend or your person has somebody else on the side, you're gonna be sitting there hurt. Like, damn, you be talking to so and so and so, you be talking to them, and they'll be like, well, yeah, what if you do something? And then that's another thing. Trust is a very big thing, y'all. Trust is a very big thing in a relationship, because girls be wanting to be like, oh, why you not talking to me? Why you this? Why you that? And I know we all have that tendency to pop up on our boyfriends or whatever. And sometimes that's just not what it is. Sometimes it's just not what it is. Like, and sometimes I know I done been there. I'll admit it. If when you're not talking to your man, you be like, man, I just want to pull up and I've had that breakdown. When you just sit in the car and you're just crying and crying and crying. And you're like, I just want to talk to him. Maybe I should just go to the house. Like, I'm already right here. Like, let me just go. And then it's like, nope, because that's going to make it worse. Like, that's going to make it worse. So you just sit in your car and you contemplate. Sometimes just thinking. Because women were emotional. So listen to people that, they are where you want to be. Like, my friend, me and Pierre are a couple friends. They have been together for 12 years. And she was like, yeah, like, girl, we done been through some stuff, but she was like, relationships really come to the point where you're gonna have relationship problems with whoever you are with. But you have to decide, is this my person that I want to go through this with? Is this my person that I can't wait for them to change? Is this my person where, they have some issues, but we have a good time? We really don't have no problems. Is this my person that I love waking up to beside every day? And once you come to that conclusion that that's your person, y'all can make it rock through whatever, because y'all, it's through love. Y'all will be able to make it work. I promise you. Because I used to be like, I was never that friend to be like, girl, leave that man. I'm not that friend. I'm the friend that's going to be like, okay, so do y'all think y'all can work on it? Do you see a future with this person? And I mean, these are your thoughts. Do you see him being with you? Do y'all see each other? And this is just like a bump in the road. And if you tell me yes, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be like, look, talk to him. And I even had this conversation with myself now, still to this day. Even when I be going through, even when we be having our little, like, I can't even say arguments because we don't really argue. But even when we be going through our little times and he like, and you also have to learn your partner too. So sometimes he will shut down. And I'm like, babe, talk to me. Like, what's wrong? Like, please talk to me. And this man is not gonna talk to me. So I gotta let it rock out. So you gotta learn your partner, like, who they are. And let me tell you, you're not gonna learn your partner in a year. You're not gonna learn your partner in 6 months. You're not gonna learn your partner in 2 years. People change, people grow every single day. But you have to be willing to wait for that. Or not even wait for that. You have to just be willing to put in that time with that person. So, and this is a saying. Y'all, it was on Instagram. I was just like scrolling one day, and it was this post. It was this married couple. They were talking, and the post had said, I've been with my wife for 25 years, and she has turned into 8 different people. I have witnessed, and then that's another thing. When you're with the person, he was like, I've been with her for oh, bless me. He was like, I've been with her for 25 years, and I have witnessed her change into 8 different people. So, and a lot of married people, they always say, that's why people renew their vows, because you're married to a new person than you were. Or even when you're in a relationship, you notice that a year ago, your partner, they wasn't a certain way. So now, a year later, they're this way. Or they can grow, they can change through talking, through communication, through time. and just working together. Literally, like, that's how it works. And ladies, you know, and I want to say, even, you have to be willing to go through that, because right now, me and Pierre, we have a 10-year age difference. So when you're with someone older, they motivate you to level up on the level that they're on, like, quicker than you normally would. And I know Pierre, you be like, babe, you changing. Like, you like, I see your growth. Like, when we first got together, you want like such and such and such, or you you was kind of more like this or like that. And he was like, I see the growth in you. And he was like, I like that. So, and I was like, I see your growth too. Like, it's been so much stuff. And then when y'all have conversations about stuff like that, things that you want to do, your partner is supposed to be there to motivate you and encourage you, to be a better you. So when you're in a relationship, you have to put on your big girl drawers. And I can't even sit here and be like, oh, I'm the perfect girlfriend. Because I ain't. I have trouble. And I'm having trouble right now. How to turn off, my issue in my relationship. I'm not even gonna say I'm having a problem, but help me fix it, babe. Like, if you don't like such and such and such, help me, teach me, explain to me what is it, what you don't like, and I can be better. And no one is going to change just overnight. Like, you wake up the next day. But what I can tell you is, every day it gets better. Some days might be a little bit different, but if you communicate with your partner and you tell them like, hey babe, I don't like this, babe, you doing this or you doing that, and I don't like this, or just having that communication, and you like, oh dang babe, I didn't know that. You're like, okay, well now I know and I'm aware of it, so let me start to change this because you don't like this. And sometimes you would just do stuff blindly. Like, I remember Pierre was like, babe, I don't like when he was like, babe, I don't like when you grab my face and you kiss me. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry. He was like, that's a guy thing, babe. Like, that's a guy thing. Like, me personally, I didn't know that was a guy thing. I thought that was just like, a cute way of I just thought it was a cute way of me kissing you. But he, like, I didn't know that. And when he told me, I was just like, okay, I'll change it. I'll fix it. I'm sorry. So, it's just like little things like that you have to, be aware of in your relationship. And y'all can compromise, talk about it. I know everything is not going to be peaches and cream. But guess what? At least you tried. At least you tried. So when you're ready to be in a real relationship, it comes with putting on your big girl drawers. And let me tell you, I'm putting on my big girl drawers because I love my man. Also, and then another thing, when you're in a relationship, you have to tell yourself, is this the person that, hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. So I don't even remember what I had said, but when you're in a relationship, you just have to put on your big girl drawers. You have to put on your big boy drawers, and y'all gotta work out y'all problems. Constantly date each other. And you just have to make sure, is that the person that you want to be with? Because it's not going to be easy. And I must say, that person, because you have to take the bad with the good. Appreciate y'all bad times and y'all good times. Appreciate y'all arguments. Appreciate y'all laughs. Appreciate, when your person opens up to you and tell you things. And I must say, you're not going to remember everything, but you know how you can remember everything? Take some sticky notes. If you love your partner, I'm one of them girls who I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna say theatrical, but I like to save stuff about like with my partner. Like when me and Pierre went to the fair, I saved our wristbands because it meant something to me. I wanted to remember our first ever fair date. He was the first person I ever went to the fair on a date with, so I saved our wristbands. So if you're like a person like me and you want to remember and you're like that keepsake person, go to Ross, Marshall's, Home Goods and buy like a decorative box. Let me see if I can find one in here for y'all real quick. I got my camera sitting on one, but okay, cool, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so y'all go to like TJ Maxx, Home Goods and buy like a decorative box and with a lid on it and be like keepsake. Or I know I was going to give me and Pierre one that says every day is an adventure because that's like our little motto. And just be like a little box where you can save stuff in. Be like my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they want to do this. Or my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they suffer from trauma when it was a little boy, little girl. They do such and such and such, and that's going to help you remember. Or even if you're a phone type of person, you can make like a little note for them. And also remind your partner why you love them. I remember I made this heart. I'm gonna insert the clip right here. So cute, so beautiful. I wanna give all my love, not just tonight, but the rest of your life. So I made this heart. I made this heart for Pierre because he used to always ask me like, "Babe, why do you love me? Like, babe, you always tell me that you love me." Because I do. And a lot of y'all probably, like, a lot of older people right now, they probably like, "Girl, you fall in love too fast, you fall in love too fast." And Pierre, he probably gonna say the same thing, like, "Girl, you don't love me, like, you don't know what love is." And honestly, love has no limits. Love has no limits. It has no time. The sun is setting, y'all, so let me turn on my little camera. Can y'all see me? Y'all can see me. Okay, cool. So love has no limits. It has no time. You can't put I'm trying to see, like, what else do I need to do to my face? I need to do some blush. But yeah, love has no time. It has no limits. And I hate when people always be like, we move too fast, because some people be together for a year and get married. Some people be together for 6-7 months and get married. Not saying like that's me or anything, but some people's situations are just very different and you don't even know. Like, so you really can't be like, "Oh, y'all moving too fast, I would say don't move in together. Keep your separate places until you're like married or you're ready to move in together, or it's a reason, But I would say, date your partner, create boundaries. And even if you feel like you're moving in too fast, if you come to a halt and you're like, "Wait, we need to take some time and step back a little bit." Don't just end a relationship and don't just go ghost, because it's going to hurt your partner. Because when you're in a relationship, you have to think about both of y'all. And you have to also still think about yourself, but you also have to take into consideration your partner's feelings. That's why I said communication is a thing. So you have to come to your partner and be like, "Hey, babe, I think we should do such and such and such." And your partner's gonna be like, "Okay, so, this isn't this." You explain to them. And then y'all come up with boundaries that y'all are comfortable with together. Um, you know, y'all come up with boundaries and y'all make it work. And or just like little things that so that y'all can work towards on getting back to, because some guys, they get, cold feet when they're in a relationship. They start to panic. They start to do a lot of things. And I'm gonna say, if you're dealing with a man like me personally, because Pierre has been married before, so he probably has, like, in our relationship, he probably feels like, this is getting familiar. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. Like, I don't know. So he probably is like, maybe that's how he feels. I don't know. But, sometimes you just have to take into consideration and also talk to people where you want to be at, and take it lightly who you share your business to, but just to get on an insight of where someone else is who used to be where you are. They can enlighten you by a lot of things, because like I said, if you date someone the same age as you, you're kind of working it out together. But me and Pierre, he's more experienced. I'm not. He has had a marriage, multiple, long-term relationships, where me, he comes to me and he's my first. So, you just have to be, aware of all of these things when you're, dealing with someone. So yeah, it's a lot that comes with. I used to always think, like, it's gonna be cool. We'll work everything out. We'll work everything out. Not knowing, like, okay, we need. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm back again. My bad. We had some technical difficulties. We trying to get out of this house, but I knew I had to make this vlog for y'all, so this gonna be up later tonight. For y'all. So yeah, when you're in a relationship, it comes with a lot. And no, I'm not saying it's hard. I'm not. Because being in a relationship is really what you make out of it. And communicate with your partner, because sometimes, this goes for ladies and guys, sometimes you can be in a relationship with the person and you think everything is fine, and you can be blindsided. You can be blindsided when they be like, babe, I don't like this and this and this, or babe, give me a minute because I didn't like when you did this. And you're like, you go come off like, huh? Like, what's going on? So, just check on your partners and be like, hey babe, is everything good? Like, and even like after arguments and stuff, and be like, and people always be like, is it okay for us to go to bed mad at each other? Yes, it is. Let your partners process, let them think, give them time, and just be like, even let's say if you're in an argument and you're right beside each other, be like, babe, I don't want to argue right now. Can we come back to this? Can I have some time to process it? And I'm just going to leave for the night, or we're going to sleep beside each other. I love you. We're not breaking up. We're going to work through this and, come back to it. Because sometimes it can be draining. It can be. And you don't want to, neither one of y'all want to be drained when y'all in a relationship, because you don't want your relationship to be in. But when you give your partner space and give time, it allows them to process. So, and I know it's hard for us ladies, blowing up the phone, calling them, riding past the house and stuff like that. I know, baby, I know. I'm a woman. I know. It's hard to just, let your partners be. And sometimes even with guys. But we have our phases, we have our good days, we have our bad days. But, just let it rock out. And even right now, I be wanting to call my boyfriend and be like, babe, and that's just not what it is at the moment, because I gotta let him feel what he is allowed to feel. I have to let him be a man. I have to let him, miss me a little bit. I gotta let him come back to me, come chase me. Like, yeah, I miss you, but at a certain point, ladies, we gotta let it go. And let me tell you, I think I'm at the, we just get to that point where it's just like, all right, girl, we gotta relax. Let him be. Let him be. Like, I know he still love me. I know he still care. But let him be. And this goes for every relationship. Even the ones that don't got no problems. Because let me tell you, we don't got no problems. But you still gotta let them have that time. So figure it out. So, because being in a relationship is, like I said, I'm not going to say it's hard, but it's a fight. But is the fight worth fighting for? Because let me tell you, we all want love. We all want happiness. We all want all of that. We all do. Because I know I dated this guy, and he brought out the worst side of me. He brought out the worst side of me, y'all. Literally, like, I did not. He was cool, but he does not make me feel like it just wasn't that. It just wasn't that. Like, that man literally brought out the worst side in me. Like, I had never seen myself like this. I said, this is getting me out of my character. And I was like, nope, not doing it. So I had to let him go. And now that I'm with Pierre, let me tell you, baby, I'm gonna fight this fight, because together, if you and your partner, if y'all feel like y'all can move Mount Everest across the world and back, you got something worth fighting for.
I don't know about you, but I didn't get married just because he was fun. I got married because we make hell nervous. I got married because I got a vision for what we could do in the earth. I got married because I believe me and him are unstoppable. So you need a rider. Let me get gangster with it for a minute. You need to marry a rider. You need to marry somebody who will go down into hell with you and take back everything the devil stole from you. I got a vision for my marriage. I got a generational curse to break. I got the statistics to prove wrong.
And I mean, when you look at y'all, let's say y'all going through a little minute, y'all not talking for a day, 2, 3 days, whatever, and you look at your photos and you still get that butterfly feeling, and you know that your person is worth it, you got something. You got something good. Hold on to that. Even if you be like, why am I with this person? Why am I with them? But you know you care about them, you know you love them, you got something. It's okay to second guess in a relationship. It's okay to be like, oh my God, you have those scary thoughts, because some of us, we wasn't raised around healthy relationships. It's okay to sometimes, feel like you I feel like, oh my gosh, why did I get into a relationship? It's okay. But guess what? At the end of the day, you love that person. It's okay. Sometimes we say things that we don't mean. And I must say, we all do. We all do. And we have to give ourselves grace. We have to be nice. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to be nice to ourselves. Because let me tell you, it has been nights when Pierre has probably got on me about something small, like it could be anything, like, babe, why would you say that about so and so? And I was like, or he will probably make a joke or something, and I'll just lay beside him and I'd be like, I love you so much. And when you look at a person and you fall in love with them again and again and again over the little things that they do, like, you could look at your partner pouring juice, you could look at them driving, you could look at them just on their phone and just be like, I love you. Like, you have something worth fighting for. Yes, you got those times where you like, oh, I want to kill this nigga, I want to this get on my nerves, like, or, I mean, you know, not everybody say stuff like that, but, you know, just in case if you do, you know, we all have those thoughts. Sometimes I be like, he are getting on my nerves. And I'm pretty sure he be like, babe, you get on my nerves, like, relax, because I'm the girlfriend who be like, come in the house like, fucking rubber tussie. I don't know why the shit got me lazy. I can't do burgers, that's my head. Any other ride, baby, ooh, yeah, ride it, bring it over to my place. Let me tell you, I'm a ball of energy when it comes to Pierre, okay? He be like, babe, can we chill tonight? Like, sit down. Why you got so much energy? And I be like, I'm sorry, babe. He might be like, this girl get on my damn nerves. Like, what the fuck? But my same little burst of energy, he get them and then he start tickling my feet or he start doing something crazy that gets on my nerves. And that's when, you know, you got something worth fighting for. Like, literally, people always be wanting to give up their relationships, and one whole time when you really love that person, you can work it out. You gotta put in the time, you gotta put in the fight, because it ain't gonna be easy. Nothing in life that you really want is gonna come easy to you at all. Even right now, with me and Pierre in this space, honestly speaking, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, because guess what? That's the person I want to be with. That's the person who's worth it. And I know a lot of people be like, but I'm sick of Do you really want that person? Do you really want it? Are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to put in the fight? Yes, you might push your person away in a process or whatever, but at least you knew you gave it your all. At least you know you gave it your all. I don't care what it is, okay? You knew that you gave it your all. And I need to set my face. So, yeah, I'm gonna show y'all my dress. I need to put on my dress. I'm gonna have to get Courtney to zip it up. But, being in a relationship is beautiful. Spending time with another person is beautiful. And let me tell you, if that's something that you wanted, and let me tell y'all, I always wanted to be in a relationship. I'm a relationship type of girl. I never liked dating multiple guys. I never liked none of that. I only did it to, you know, find my person. And I did. And now that I got him, I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting that go. And I don't, like, and that's my mentality. And I'm telling y'all, because a lot of people be like, oh, Angel, you da-da-da-da, you da-da-da. People who tell me, people who used to be like, girl, don't do it, or don't be like this or like that. They're not your friends. Because any real woman who wants to be up under her man and wants to love a man, it's 10 other girls out there looking to get up under your man, girl, whether you know it or not. It's 10 other people who are willing to, or more. So get your act together. Be that woman that you need to be for your your man. Even if it means, you know, talking it out, crying about it. I don't care. As long as you there and you willing to fix your relationship, girl, fix it. It's worth it. Don't be listening to your friends talking about some girl, get out that relationship. Oh, I don't like him. I ain't like you. I ain't want you with him anyway. Oh, he got kids. You don't need him because you need a man who don't got no kids. Y'all can start your own. You don't need none of that. Don't listen to that shit. Don't listen to that shit. This shit that's gonna get you fucked up. What time is it, y'all? It's 4:39. It's don't listen to none of that, y'all. Because let me tell you, guys are stubborn. Guys are stubborn. They could be in their feelings for a minute, but if they really love you, they ain't letting you go nowhere. Alright, y'all, we is back from the baby shower. I done changed back into my club, like my chill clothes. Everything was so fun. Everything was great. It was amazing. Everybody like downstairs. I guess we all probably get ready and go out, but I'm kind of not feeling it to go out. I kind of want to go home. I'll probably just stay here a little bit longer and then just go home. So yeah, back to what I was saying, because now I ain't got nothing to rush. I ain't got nothing to do. So we here with it. And I talked to Bay for a little bit today. I just got off the phone with him. He ain't talking about much. His ass was cooking. I'm actually happy he answered the phone. So, you know. So that's why I said, y'all, relationships, they can be tough at times, but it's all in, do you want to work with them? Like, do you want to just, you know, hey, can we talk? I don't care if he acting nonchalant, she acting nonchalant. Break some silence. Just talk about anything. Like, like, just ask them like random questions. Sometimes don't even call them and be like, can we talk about, can we work on this, can we do this, can we do this? Like, of course it will be in your mind to ask, but sometimes like just talking to them as friends, like just talk to them as a friend again. Be like, hey, what you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? How was this? What you doing? You know, just general shit, general conversation. And then sometimes that can break the silence, and then sometimes they'll start talking, they'll start, you know, like doing stuff. So yeah, but like I said, being in a relationship, it is, I'm not even gonna say it's easy, and I'm not gonna say it's hard either, because it's really what you make of it. Just be you, be who you are. And if y'all have issues, y'all have issues. If they state like, bae, I don't like such and such and such, okay, bae, how can I fix this? How can I do this? How can I do that? And then that's just how you get through it. Just by talking it out. So my relationship advice is continue to date your partner. Check in with them. And I would say you can check in with your partner, you know, like every 2 weeks, you know, bi-weekly, like, hey babe, is there anything that, you know, like you have been noticing? Is there anything I can improve? Is there anything that, you know, I can do better? And then vice versa, y'all, you know, do it like that. Also, I learned that space equals grace. So if you give your partner space, you know, that gives them some grace. So and also what I learned, ladies, we love to be up under our men so much. Like, literally, I be wanting to freaking slice Pierre open and stick my arms in there and just like crawl inside of him. Like, I need to be inside you. Like, I need to be inside you. But you know, sometimes we can't do that. So my friend, she's a therapist, and she was like, to make your man miss you, even though you want to be over there, even though you want to be in his arms, and you could be at home probably sad and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid, I could have been over there with my man, I could have been doing this, I could have been that with him. But sometimes to make your man miss you and want you a little bit more, say no. Say no. Like, if he be like, babe, come over, I miss you, such and such and such, da, 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 da. Or if he be like, babe, come over tonight. Let's say he be like, babe, come over. No, not to, hey babe, I'm sorry I can't tonight because I'm tired. Just make up a simple excuse. Don't even be like, oh, don't be doing that, no extra shit. Just be like, babe, I'm tired, I'm about to fall asleep right now, I don't feel like driving, or, you know, I just had a long day at work. Just something stupid. Even though you be sitting over there like, bitch, you could have been over there. Tomorrow he could be like, baby, can you please come over? Like, he's gonna be like, I'm coming to get you, I don't care. You miss me that much. Okay? Or it's like, I'm learning how to let a man chase me. So I'm learning how to let him come to me. Like, if men know what they want, they will go after what they want. So if you want me, come find me, come chase me. I ain't gonna give you a run for your money, but at least, you know, do that. Because that's what Pierre was like. He was like, babe, we like to hunt, we like to catch, and da da da. Like, it's better like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do that. So, y'all, we gonna learn how to do this together. We gonna learn how to give our men space. We gonna learn how to give them grace. We're going to learn how to be women and more feminine and not acting on our emotions, even though it's hard. But just trying your best every day. You know, still going out with your friends, and in a relationship you have to learn how to balance out your friends too. I would say still out with your friends, still have date night with your friends, and leave them in at home. Some nights you just gotta leave them in at home, have a weekend to yourself, do stuff by yourself. And they gonna say like, you know, by yourself, but just be like, hey girl, what's up? You know, I haven't heard from you in a long time, da da da. Cool. Because I personally feel like my friends left me because I had a boyfriend. They really don't talk to me. They really don't hang out with me. I know, like, one of my friends, she, you know, is just up in the air. Another one of my friends, I just kind of had to, you know, let go because of, like, her energy I didn't like. And then, of course, my other friend now, she has a boyfriend, and you know, she'd be like, girl, I'm gonna call you back. Like, my man calling. I'd be like, all right, girl, go ahead, because I know what my man call, I'm out. So, you know, just still give yourself, you know, time to go spend with your girls, time to go spend with your friends, and that gives you time to miss your man. So then once you're in his presence, like, you just miss him more. Because I know when I go out with my friends and then I come back, I be texting him, I be like, babe, I miss you, like, I cannot wait to see you, like, oh my god, like, it's been so long. And then as soon as I get to the house or get in his arms, I'm like, oh my god, like, I just miss this. Like, this is all I needed right here was a hug. Like, I know one night I was like, babe, can I just come get a hug and a kiss? Like, please. He was like, no, you can be in my skin another day, but not tonight. I'm like, babe, please, can I just come get a kiss? Can I just come get a hug? He's like, no. So I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. So my standpoint on relationships now is grow together, build together, work together, communicate. And communication is hard, not only for us millennials, but even older generations, like from our parents, because we didn't grow up with healthy relationships. Most of the time in our lifetime, we never been shown how to love a man correctly. We never been shown how to love a woman correctly, because we didn't grow up seeing that. We probably, you know, grew up in single family homes, stuff like that. So it's kind of like hard now. But, you know, me, I'm such a hopeless romantic. Like, you know, I just want everything to work, and I'm always will be willing to give it a shot. So work on your problems, communicate, date each other. Have time to yourself, have time to be yourself, do things that make you happy, and then when y'all go out, you know, y'all share. And then some things you know, just keep some things. I feel like people should, like when you go out on date nights, you know how they was like, you know, we see each other so much, and when we go on a date, they be like, you know, just be quiet, eat your food. Like, I like when, if we haven't seen each other in a couple days and we go out on a date and we just start talking and he starts showing me pictures and stuff, like, that's like, oh my gosh, like, I miss so much. Like, show me some more, show me some more. And then, you know, we do the same. So that's my viewpoint on relationships. They're really what you put into them, and be honest with your partners. And I am learning that I'm not gonna say don't be too, like, be honest with your partner, but some things just handle on your own so they can't avoid situations down the line. So if you got somebody, you know, texting your phone or whatever, handle it by yourself. And if it get out of hand, then you can let your boyfriend know, whatever. But other than that, just block the nigga, block the girl. And it is what it is. And y'all have y'all happy relationship. If, you know, if stuff just happen or whatever, you know, just try to be receiving to your partner. Like, me, I'm learning how to receive my man as a man. And not like, what do you say, like, demasculate him. Not like that, but just like, if he be like, babe, don't take offense. As soon as somebody say that to me, I'm like, what? Don't, to what? What is it? Then I'm like, oh my God, like, that's me. But now I'm learning not how to do that, because dealing with an older man is very different. It's very, very different. So his viewpoint on things are different than my viewpoint on things sometimes. So it's like, sometimes I just need an understanding of where he's coming from. It's not like I won't understand, but just tell me, you know, where you're coming from, so then I can be like, okay, I got it. I got you. If it's, you know, some past things that have happened, if it's like, you know, just things that you know, think about or whatever, you know, just tell me. And I will know how to handle it then. And I know, like, a lot of girls, you know, we date older guys. So I think my thing now is I personally love older men. Y'all know that Bay is 10 years older than me. So yeah. It's just like some things that, you know, I'm still learning how to deal with, because it's just like really different. And older guys that I have dated, they kind of like still played kid games, but now that I have like a man who's like, he's like a man, Pierre's a manly man, okay, y'all, he's a man's man. And he's like, you know, he's Papa Drake, he's Papa, he my Papa, he dada, that's my dada. And he's just really different because he's older. So it's like, you know, I be trying to, you know, be on the same level as him. And, you know, he makes me like, you know, all right, I'm a grown woman, I'm gonna take care of my shit, I'm gonna be on my shit, yeah, because I'm that girl, okay? Johnny told me today, she was like, Angel, you the real Lori Harvey of Richmond. And I was like, big Angel. Big Angel. They call me a big dog. Hey, they call me. But yeah, like, dealing with people in different ages, I try not to let it affect my relationship, but it comes to the point where in reality it doesn't have to, but it will. But you and your partner just have to understand each other, and your partner has to just be willing for you to change over a period of time. And I'm not even going to say change, but your partner, if your older partner, has to be willing to explain things to you. And sometimes, you know, us women, sorry y'all, sometimes us women, regardless of age, you know, we're big babies when it comes to our men. Because I know me personally, I'm a sucker when it comes to Pierre. Like, they be like, he be like, babe, why are you crying? You and your terrible tools. Like, and I'm like, cause I love you. Like, what is wrong? Like, come here. And he be like, babe, I'm trying to tell you such and such and such. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Like, I become a big baby, but it's like, it be my emotions, y'all, just a running wild. And I'm trying to, you know, like, just control them. And I think my emotions come out more because I wasn't really an emotional person. So I feel like when you're in a relationship, when you really love and care about somebody, your emotions tend to, you know, take over because of how you feel about that person, and you don't want to lose that person. I feel like when you get to that point when you're scared of losing a person, you know, your emotions is like, oh my God, like, all right, girl, what's wrong with him? Is he mad? Is he leaving? Is he what? Like, you know, we gotta get it together. We gotta get it together. And I do that too. I do that too. So I'm just trying to learn how to be like, okay, look, let's come to an agreement. You know, let's do this. Let's do this. You know, set boundaries. Let's do all that, because when your relationship is worth it, you gotta work on it. You gotta work for it. So being in a relationship is really just learning who your person is, because you will never know who a person really is. They always be like, you never know who a person really is until you live with a person, or but I feel like even if you live with someone, you still don't know who they are, because you never know what they're thinking. You can't read someone's mind. So that's why you have to have open communication with your partner. So that's why I say continuously to date them, have those uncomfortable conversations, even if it hurts. Because yes, sometimes it will hurt. You be like, dang, like, okay, let me tighten up, because I don't want to make my partner feel that way. But if you are just holding things in and letting them fester, you won't get nowhere in your relationship, if you ask me personally. So, and you know, I am learning also, if your partner looks happy, don't assume that they're happy. You know, still, babe, are you okay? Is there anything that I need to do better? Is there anything I need to work on both parties, on both aspects? Like, that's why I say y'all can, you know, do like a check-in. I don't know what it's called, or just, what is it called? Me and my ex, we used to do this thing where we wrote letters to each other, because I had got to the point like a couple years ago where I just started learning how to express my emotions, or saying what I feel. So I had to write him a letter to get it all out, and sometimes I still couldn't get it all out, but it just helped me to, like, instead of just sitting there like crying and like doing all that, I just wrote it out in a letter so that I could make it clear, because sometimes what's in my head I can't say if, you know, if it's in the heat of the moment sometimes. So sometimes I just have to, you know, lay low and be by myself, chill out for a minute, write it down, and like, I'll give it to you. And y'all can do that. Y'all have to, you know, do communication that works for y'all. And even now, I even wrote Pierre a letter. I wrote him a letter, and I got my emotions out. Of course, the letter was long, because sometimes I just start to go like, sometimes I start to ramble, and then like some things like pop in my head, and like I notice and I have to say, but since I'm not, you know, saying it verbally, I'm writing it, so it gets longer. So I feel like if you and your partner, if y'all have trouble with communication, just use different techniques that help you. Y'all can do like a dinner. I know me personally, like if things are like high, I never been in a situation where like I went to dinner and things escalated. I never had that happen. But I was gonna say, y'all could always do like dinner, like at home, or a late night dinner when a restaurant is kind of like empty, or like sit and just talk like in the back of the restaurant, where people really can't hear you, just in case if you get emotional or and stuff like that, if y'all want to be in a public setting. Or you can just like, go over the house and just sit and not even have dinner, but just sit in front of each other and just like openly talk. I know me and Pierre, we would just like some nights we would just like talk and sit on the bed, and I would just like sit on top of him, and we would just be like, you know, just rambling and ranting and like saying stuff and telling each other just like about things. And I think another thing that sorry y'all, they like a little bit lit downstairs. But another thing that helped me was kind of like, you know, when I look into my boyfriend's eyes and when I look at him, I see a future with him. So what helps me talk to him is like, we're gonna have like if we hit serious problems, we're gonna have to talk about this. So why not talk about the little things now? And when I talk to him, it just makes me, you know, want to be open, want to love him, want to be honest with him, because this is who I want to be with. So I feel like if you really want to be with that person, you go ahead and you'll work it out. You'll find a way, one way or another, I promise you. So if you are in a relationship or planning to get in a relationship, I would say constantly learn your partner and never stop learning them, never stop dating them. You know, make time for them, make time for yourself. And you'll know, like when things start to like fall in place and everything, and even in the most toughest times, if you still get those butterflies and excitement, and I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes you're gonna be like, ugh, I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad at you right now. Like, I don't want to talk. Like, I'm irritated. You might be hiding your emotions or whatever the case may be. But that's why I say, like, those little moments, like, I remember I did a boomerang of me and Pierre when we was at the park. And I always look at that park and I always look at that picture, or I look at like little things, like let's say if we're, I don't know, if we got into like a little teeny like, I don't ever say arguments because we don't argue. I call them like escalate, like the situation just escalated to a point where it didn't need to be because it was so small. So I always call them like little escalations for some reason, or I don't confront whatever it is, but it's like, y'all, they big. Like to me it'd be like little teeny stuff. So what I do, I personally just like look at like our videos when he's just like, you know, just making me happy and stuff like that. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, y'all, when y'all having like little escalations, confrontations, whatever you want to call it, just go through a camera roll, look at y'all pictures, excuse me, look at y'all happy moments together. And if you start smiling instantly, like me personally, I have pictures of me and Pierre up in my room. I'm not at home, so because I would have showed y'all, but matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all the pictures right here. Every time I look at them, I just be like, I love you so much, like, I love you so much. Or when he called me, or if I see his name pop up on my phone, or I go through my camera roll and he's like the first little, you know how like Apple, they make the little like people in your phone. Like when I see that, I be like, look at my man, like I love him, and I get like these butterfly feelings, and I be like, then I'll call him and I'll be like, babe, what you doing? Like, I'm sorry. Or even if I'm beside him, I'll be like, I love you, Stinky. Hi, chicken. Like, that's what I'll do. Like, I'll just pick with him until he be like, babe, stop playing. Like, stop playing. Or he put his arm around me, or he grab, like, I don't know, he do like until he like kiss me or do something, like, yeah. And then when I be mad at him, when I'm mad at him, he be like, babe, stop crying over that lame ass nigga. Stop crying over that lame ass nigga. And I be like, Leave me alone. Babe, come on, let's go to dinner. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay. Like, he'll be like, come on, leave that lame ass, stop crying over that lame ass nigga. Like, so when y'all find y'all person, when y'all can just like work through shit, get over it, like, you gonna know. And look at this coming out. And I know stuff gonna be hard. Sometimes things are gonna be harder than others. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that. And you just gotta have to put in the work. Like, you just gotta have to put in the time till y'all get back right and get back tight and whatever the case may be. So yeah. But you have the power to change yourself. You have the power to work out your problems in your relationship. You have the power to talk it out. You have the power to work it out. Y'all both do. So don't sit there and like, oh my God, we cannot do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. And, you know, establish boundaries. Do what you gotta do to keep your relationship happy. And I know it's not gonna always be peaches and cream. And I always love hear that. Even when we just talking in general, we be like, shit can go wrong at any moment. You can get a little attitude about anything. Or even attitudes can come from not even y'all two, but something that may be happening at work, maybe a family member, maybe anything. Because y'all, if you know me, y'all know my mom, she kind of be, we be going at it. Girls, if you are a female or you're a woman and you and your mom, y'all know y'all be clashing heads. So me and my mom, of course, we clash heads every now and then. He be like, babe, like, stop, your attitude is outrageous right now, like, calm down. And like, I know one time, like, I just had to like sit on the steps and just cry and talk to my dad, and he was like, babe, it's okay. And he just like sat at the top of the steps and he was just like, just watching me, just waiting for me to get off the phone with my dad. And then after we talked and everything, and you know, I wasn't mad. I feel like when I'm angry about something or I'm having a bad day, as soon as I come around Pierre, I'm like instantly happy. I don't let it affect me. Or even if it is bothering me, like mentally, like, because sometimes I know, like, being a business owner, if I have clients who like pick my brain, or they are mean to me during the day, or they say hurtful things to me during the day, I kind of like hold it in. And then when I get home, I kind of like decompress. But then, like, if me and Pierre is like having a date night or something that night, or we make plans to do something, I like, you know, I'll just talk to him about it, and I'll be like, babe, before we go out on this date night, I don't want to like ruin the moment. If it happens, you know, I'd be like, you know, babe, I don't want to do this, or, you know, can we talk about this really quick because it's been on my mind all day, or something is bothering me, you know, to avoid like, I don't know, if he was to like, babe, come on, because when Pierre get excited, he'd be like, babe, come here, and he'd be like holding my hand, like pulling me to do stuff, and I probably would be like, ow, babe, my arm, like, why would you do that? I mean, if hypothetically, if it happened, he's gonna be like, you're doing too much, and I'm like, no, like, just in case, like, I don't want none of that to happen, so then I can have good energy around my boyfriend. And I try to keep that, you know, the same thing with him. Like, you know, we always talk about having good energy around each other and everything like that. So make sure that your energy is right when you come to your person and you talk to them, or even after a bad day. Like, sometimes if you have to just sit in the car, or, you know, go home, or do whatever you have to do before you go around your partner, so that there won't be like, you know, no heated situations, and just decompress, like do a detox or whatever. Do whatever you need to do to let go of your daily emotions before you come home and talk to your partner, because your partner means you no harm, and they probably had a long day too. So I'm about to close out this vlog, but I just wanted to say, take the good with the bad, and if the good outweighs the bad, you know, you got something amazing, you know, you have something great, you know, you have something good to look forward to. You know that you can work these problems out, especially if it's something little. Now, if it's gonna take some time, let it take its time, let it run its course. But be kind to each other during that time. Like, don't just shut them out. Don't just do that. Or if you do need that, let your partner know. Communication really, really does goes a long way. And literally, if y'all have more good days than bad days, you can work it out. You can work it out. Like, right now, I'm not even gonna lie. Pierre is probably like, babe, leave me alone. Angel, leave me alone. Like, girl. I said, leave me alone. And I probably just like, babe, what babe? Give me please. Give me please. Da, 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 da. But it's like, I know what I have. Like, I know I have something great. So I hold on to it. I'll give you a little space. But boo, we're, you know, when y'all not bad, y'all ain't never do nobody dirty, y'all intentions are always pure, stuff like that, you good. So y'all work on your relationships. Communication is key. Okay, now I am about to go downstairs, rock out for the night. I'll probably be asleep, y'all. Honestly, I'm gonna probably go lay down and be knocked out for the night. But I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next vlog. And honestly, being in a relationship is amazing, especially when you have a great person. So I would need to see everybody in happy relationships. Okay, I love that shit. Like, mwah. Bye guys. A Money out.